Today I'm back in Tombstone. I'm going to finish up the second peak, or at least attempt to finish up the second peak in the Tombstone Mountains here. So this one is called the Three Brothers. I don't know the SOTA designation off the top of my head, but it's right next to the dome, which is W7A CO-153, I believe, and I just did that one. I actually did it twice in 1 week because I was getting rained out. So you get to this the same way. You come off of Route 80, and then you take all your you take that road, and then this is I think Fremont, and you'll take it past the RV park and past the there's a hardware store. This is Allen. Okay, so we're on Allen. You're gonna take it all the way down through here. You're gonna go past the Tombstone Monument Guest Ranch, which is like a dude ranch down here, and then up past the Shefflin Monument, and then just a little bit past there's a gate. You're gonna go through that gate and you're gonna head west, and then once you head west, you just follow it all the way until, you know, there's a big open spot to park, and I just parked there. Road goes a little further in there, but it's not worth the extra drive to do that. It's just better to park right out there. But anyway, I'm heading there, and this one's a little bit more difficult than the other one. You gotta hike a little further, and it's a little steeper and higher. So anyway, that's where I'm going. So you can see off to the left over here, right here, is the dome, and up over here is Three Brothers, and that's the one we're going to be doing today. Same parking spot, all of that, but we're gonna get up here, get turned around, and park and head on up the mountain. I'm gonna follow this road. It only goes a couple hundred yards up that way, and I'm gonna follow it and head on over, just bushwhack through and up. It's been a couple years since I've done this, so I don't remember how it is that I got up there. Pretty sure the way I'm going is that way. All right, so this is the end of the road. Now it's just a bushwhack all the way up over there. I'd say I'm probably a quarter mile from it. So that's what I'm gonna do. Just bushwhack through the desert, work my way up along the sides of the hills, and then come up from sort of south to north on that summit. Okay, I'm at the base of this summit, and I came from that direction, but you see, you could have maybe taken that ridge line up and then walked it, gone up. I stayed lower, and I'm going to work my way up. I stayed lower. I'm going to sort of work my way up around this, up over and to there. That's what I'm going to do. And like I said, for me, I like to burn as many calories as possible when I'm out here, so I don't mind going a little longer route or a little harder route. I mean, there are those occasions where longer and safer are definitely better for me, but for the most part, I like to burn the calories. So anyway, gonna start working my way up through those Ocotillos or Ocotillos, and then up the mountain there. All right, I'm in the saddle between those two peaks, and I thought that was the summit, but I bluffed myself. It's right there. So got to hike up and around. So still got a little bit of distance to go to get to it. Still would come this way though. This is a better way. Hike up the side, the saddle. We'll see. Hopefully there's no big gaps between this little ridge and that ridge, the summit. But we'll see. On my way. There's the summit right there. Just gonna work my way through these ocotillos, and I should be there. I don't know, I thought I have 20 minutes total, but I think we're gonna be 10, if that, to the top. Okay, we're getting to the top here. That mountain there is the dome. SOTA summit behind it. Tombstone out that way. The Dragoon Mountains. St. David, Benson area. Over this way is Huachuca City. And then Sierra Vista. So, a lot of bugs up here. Must be all the rain. Anyway, I'm going to go get set up and activate this summit. So, hopefully my face isn't in there, but you can see I'm right at, I can't see on this phone right now, but I'm right, yeah, you can see my ugly face. All right, so hopefully you can see it. I'm right at the top of Three Brothers Hills, and it's W7A CO-151, and I'm gonna get myself spotted and start calling. Come on, say it again. I haven't heard him in a while. Yeah, I missed that one. Ski again. Okay, I got him that time. One of them big old birds just flew right by my head. I heard that. All right, site's all picked up. I'm gonna do a modified version of the way I came up on the way down. I don't think I'm gonna go out that way. I think I'm gonna work my way down that way once I get out of this this really steep part. But we'll see if anything changes. It's going to be a slow go down. This is very steep, and these rocks, you know, they like to roll. So rock and roll. Anyway, I'm gonna head on down. All right, so on the way down, this is sort of southeast. You want to stay on the southeast side of this when you're going down, because if you get too far to the southwest, you can get down a certain distance and then it gets to where you can't really navigate it. I realized that, and I turned around and came back this way. But you don't want to have to, you know, come back up and hike back down. Stay to the southeast side. It's a little less steep. You're not having all those rock piles, and it maybe doesn't look super like tall there, but it is. It's 10 feet, and you know, my days of jumping down things that are 10 feet onto rocks and stuff, yeah, long gone, if they ever existed. So this is a little sketchy too here, very rocky at the top, but it's doable. Just take your time. All right, so the summit's up over that bluff of rocks right there, and you want to stay away from that side because it's really steep. This side is better. Now the saddle between these little humps here is, I don't know, a couple 300 yards down that way. I'm gonna work my way around and see if I can work down this side of the mountain. If not, I'll work back that way. So I'm gonna work sort of east. Yep, I'm gonna work my way east, around and down, see if I can shave some time off. If not, I guess I'll come back or work my way back this way. But yeah, so in the next time, I think if this works, then I'll just come up this way. I'll skip going to that saddle altogether. So we'll see. But you can see out there, that I think is originally one of the outcroppings of rocks that I thought was possibly the summit initially. So I still have to get to the other side of that, but I'll go ahead and hike over through these Ocotillos. It's not too bad now. I think for at least that first part, I'm out of the steepest phase of it, and hopefully it stays just like this the rest of the way. Be a nice casual sort of hike down. Just being aware of footing, because you can definitely fall and get hurt. But you can see why a lot of people, you know, prefer to go up to Flagstaff, where, you know, you can hike summits that I don't know, you're barely getting 500 feet, I think, in elevation from where you park, and it's 10 points, and if you're up there during the bonus, you get 13 points. So you can see why people want to do that. You can get, you know, those summits are relatively easy, believe it or not, and they're worth more points. This is a 6-pointer, and there's no bonus to it. So, you know, I can see why people, you know, if you're chasing points, doing stuff like this isn't the way to go. Me, I've been doing code since I was in the military, and I like doing it. So I chase burning calories and doing code. That's it. And I like doing the code out here, because here I'm the target. I'm not sitting out there calling CQ hoping somebody's gonna want to, you know, interact with me or whatever. So I guess this sort of counts more as like contesting type thing, or that type of mentality. I can go up, I can get as many interactions as are available or that I want, and then come back down, and that's it. I don't really like rag chewing too much. Sometimes I'll get on 2 meters and do it, but most of the time I just like signal reports, and that's it. So anyway, southeast side, working your way east up over that way. So there's the summit up there. You can see that little point sticking out there. That was one of the ones, along with this one, that when I was hiking up, I'm like, oh wow, that's not as bad as it looked. So anyway, my Jeep is on the other side of that, so I don't know, half mile from here. But for the most part, I'm out of the steep, sketchy stuff. Now it's just a hike back. All right, so I'm gonna hike down to the wash here, and I'm just gonna take the wash all the way through. It's a little bit tougher hiking because it's sand, but you know, you're not at least worrying about rolling on rocks and stuff like that. I got a couple of cows down here. I don't really like spooking them or messing with their lives, but I want to get through here. So at this point, I'm in the wash, and I think I'm just going to stay in here all the way till I get to the car. It's only, I don't know, a couple thousand feet, I think, probably from me east. So I'll just walk this out unless it gets to be too treacherous, and it can be sometimes really difficult to navigate, because they get all the scrub, can be really super thick. And don't think that because the cows can get through it that you can, because that's not really true. There you can see, I don't know if that's a steer or a cow there, but steer. So I'm going to get up and out and leave him be. So looking at all these, it's none of these. It's back there. That might be the tip of it sticking out in between, but I think it's on the other side. But nah, that might be it right there. So don't get fooled. It's not that one. All right, I'm gonna call this one a hike. I'm back on the cut. Truck's right there. So there you go. Another SOTA done.